Your first alert forecast with meteorologist A.J. Rickman.
Well, we do have a first alert day that has been issued, and the timing for it is going to be overnight tonight through Sunday morning, as we will be watching for the development of storms that could have some damaging winds as well as some heavy rainfall. Looking at the severe threat first, again, primary threats with these storms would be damaging winds, heavy rainfall also a possibility, and that is includes most of eastern Iowa. Flooding threat is going to again be something we are concerned with, as well as these storms are expected to produce some fairly heavy rainfall. Flash flooding risk is in the moderate category for tonight for a good portion of the viewing area, and then Sunday, again, a good portion of the viewing area under that moderate flood risk as we go into your Sunday morning. The overnight hours and then into, again, that morning period on Sunday is when we'll be watching for the best chance for that heavy rainfall, and those storms accompanying with it, again, could have some gusty winds. So tonight you're going to want to make sure that you have multiple ways to receive weather warnings, and whether it is a severe thunderstorm warning or a flood warning, make sure that you are taking those seriously. Latest timing on Pinpoint Futurecast doesn't have the activity beginning to really develop until after midnight or around the midnight hour. Through the overnight hours, however, that activity becomes more widespread, and into Sunday morning, plan on a wet start to your day. By 9 o'clock, that activity is still ongoing across a good portion of the viewing area. But then as we get into the late morning and early afternoon, it becomes a little bit less widespread. Some scattered activity still possible by early afternoon, and something we're going to want to keep an eye on as we get into tomorrow afternoon, especially later in the day, is how fast this activity comes to an end. If clouds and showers linger later into the afternoon, like what we had today, we're not going to be looking at much at all in terms of shower and storm chances later in the afternoon and evening. If this activity clears out quickly and early in the morning, and we can get some more daytime heating, we could see a little more scattered activity through the late afternoon and into your evening. Now tonight, we are going to see lows fall into the upper 60s and lower 70s as those storms move through. And then tomorrow, highs climb into the upper 70s and lower 80s as we do keep that storm chance in the area. 9-day forecast is going to keep, again, those storm chances around for your Monday and Tuesday as well. But then we do dry out by the time we get to the second half of next week. And temperatures in the meantime are going to be hanging out in the 80s for highs, and then overnight lows will be hanging out in the 60s and 70s. So for tonight, make sure you've got ways to stay weather aware and make sure you know what to do when severe weather hits. I know there's a group of kids out there that should know what to do when severe weather hits, because we talked about it yesterday at a Weather Academy visit that I went to at West Willow. It was a great time, had a lot of fun talking with the kids and teaching them a little bit about what the everyday life is like for a meteorologist and all fun things weather related.
And sharing some very important information with them.
Yes, absolutely.
Alrighty, thanks, AJ.